Good morning, cutie pie. You slept really good last night. Yeah, thank you. You had a rough evening to get there, but once you got there, you were good. Mm-hmm. You could always tell where you've been laying, Miss Drool. You've been playing up here quietly while I fed the kitties. They're very thankful for that. Yeah. Okay, let's eat. Good morning, Dee. Hi, little one. Are we gonna have a slightly happier day today? Just a little bit? Just a teeny bit? Is that a no? Nope. You know what, Missy? It's pretty crazy. Got all my cat crew in here, and I got a baby in a high chair. Yep. It took 4 years plus for you to come here, and now you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Even if you're cranky pants, Mom is super thankful. Hi. Don't be a cranky pants. Yeah. Dexter's like, I didn't ask for this thing. It makes too much noise. You're so happy when you wake up. At least that's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. We do get this time for being happy. Yep, yep. Okay, Missy. This is outfit number 3 today. Yeah. Can we leave the Broncos clean today, please? I don't know if this is part of the teething process, but yeah. We haven't had it this bad since you were like a couple weeks old. Well, it's laundry day, so I guess that's always a plus. Yeah, Smiley. Alright, let's finish lunch. Okay? Yeah. You're leaning. You're leaning, you're leaning, you're leaning. You're in a good mood now. I feel better. What about you, Reese? Do you feel better? You're a goofball. I know. Dad's out of town. You haven't had somebody to rub your belly as much as you would like. Well, we tried. Sorry, Reese. We made it around the block, but that was a very short walk. Miss Opinionated. My friend calls you opinionated. I think you're just teething cranky. Okay. Sorry, Mia. Mia, is it quiet in here now? You can take a nap. I see a paw curling. I can hear you purring. Hi. Everybody's being a lazy bum today. We got the dog, the cats. The kid has been asleep for like, I don't know, 2 hours. So, just took care of some business for the brother situation I mentioned a few days ago. Had a meeting with my therapist last week, and we talked, and you know, I kind of gone back and forth about my role, and I told you some of the stuff that I was noticing with my brother, and we discussed there's 2 kinds of enabling. There's the enabling where, of course, you know, you help the person to get by while they still use in some manner, something like that. There's also an enabling where if you know there's a problem and there's things that can be done, but you ignore it, that's a form of enabling as well. And so as much as I'm trying to keep my distance and stay out of certain things because of my codependency and issues, knowing that some stuff might be brewing, but not taking action in some way, considering he is supposed to be working a program and doing all of that stuff, is very close to enabling or enabling as well. So I did my duty, and now I'm moving forward. Onward and upward. I will say, I can't remember if I've mentioned this in the vlogs or not, but I gave up alcohol. I did it for almost a year, but due to medical problems, and I felt so much better physically and mentally when I was off of it. So when I gave it up for pregnancy, it was just like a weight was lifted off my shoulder. And I don't have a problem with alcohol, like as far as I don't drink too much. I never really had a problem with that. But mentally, it's a conversation that goes on in my head way too often. Just like a running background noise. I'm always worried about it with my family history and all of that stuff. And you know, when I was pregnant, it was so nice not to have to think about it, because it was like, to me, no alcohol. I wasn't going to do one glass of wine here and there. It was no question, none. And so after I had Adeline, I've just decided that's it. I'm not drinking anymore, period. And, you know, friends don't quite understand a lot of times, but being 100% no alcohol makes it super easy for me to not have background conversation in my mind. A couple times I've gone to some functions in the last few months and people are like, oh, you can have one glass of wine while you're nursing, and that little voice in the back of the head starts to perk up, and I'm like, nope, 100%, nothing. And it's refreshing. It's nice. And for my health, my system does so much better without alcohol anyways, so it really should have been something I gave up a long time ago. So, as much as I enjoy a really good glass of wine and all of that, some things weren't meant to be. I guess I better go get a couple more things done while she's still actually sleeping. These guys are so lazy. Look at Mia. What are you doing? Yeah. Can you lay on a bed normal? I mean, you're sticking out both ends here. Dexter, you know, I still can't report that he's doing much better on the dry food in the evenings. It's not like he's gaining weight. And I can't really tell if he's not losing. I forgot to weigh him before I started. But, you know, he enjoys it. I would say he's probably a little bit more lethargic in the last couple of weeks. Moving a little slower at times, which is unfortunate, but he sure does love the dry food, so it's tough being the old man. While Addie still sleeps, let's give Mia some exercise. Pitiful dog is pitiful. Made her lay down so Mia could play for a minute. Oh, pitiful dog. Well, another evening with very clean carpets. Reese, there is a plus side to having a very fussy baby. As a friend put it on the phone one day when she kept hearing Adeline complain. She goes, she's quite opinionated, isn't she? I said, opinionated. That's a good word for it. I was editing the video for you that you saw yesterday, where I added the footage with Reese and the mountain goats. And boy, I miss my mountains this summer. No hiking, and I didn't really get to hike last summer because I was pregnant and I was in the first trimester, and my stomach was a disaster and I was so tired. Addie's not really ready to go to high altitudes, and Robert's training because he's got a big hunt coming up here in a couple of months, and so he's doing hikes at high altitude to practice, and we really can't go up to 13,000 feet with her, so hoping, since my back is feeling slowly better, maybe in a week or two we can go on some reasonable elevation hikes around here. Reese had so much fun hiking with Robert. It was ridiculous. She was like the proverbial little puppy dog following him. Every time he'd stop to scout and look at the goats, she'd lay her head on his leg and just watch the goats. So anywho, editing the video really made me miss getting out into the mountains in summer. Oh well. By next year we'll have one of those packs, and Robert will tote Addie up the hill, and we'll just be go, go, go. Well, if I don't talk to you again tonight, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you tomorrow. Say bye. Will you play fetch with me? Well, I spoke too soon. Look who's up. She stayed down for like 15 minutes. Oh well. Good night.